me, Chef Jeff of the Pizza Today Test Kitchens, and I want to share another idea with you. That's another way to stretch your pizza dough, meaning a different way to use your pizza dough. We've had great success sharing different ideas with calzones and strombolis and breadsticks and different flatbreads and things like that. So I want to show you one of my all-time favorite treats that I've enjoyed since I was a kid, and they're called spinach pies. In a sense, it's almost like a mini calzone, but we're going to let the dough rise a little bit once we stuff the pies to give it more of a bread-like texture. And you either want to saute a bunch of spinach down, or you can use frozen chopped spinach. And the important thing, either way, you need to drain that spinach really, really well, and that's what I've done here. And spinach by itself really doesn't taste that great, but trust me, when you add just a few things to it, like oil, salt, and garlic, it just brings it to life, and it has an amazing flavor. So we're going to take, we've got here is about 1.5 pounds of chopped spinach. And it might seem like a lot of oil, but it changes the texture. We're going to put about 2/3 of a cup of oil. We're going to put about 1.5 tablespoons of salt in here. And then I love using fresh garlic, but in a case like this with the spinach pies, I like to use the granulated garlic, and we'll put about 1.5 teaspoons in there. Garlic and spinach to me belong together, so we'll mix that up. The oil kind of changes the texture of the spinach by coating it, and it just makes it a lot more desirable. You add that salt and garlic to it, it just really brings it to life. So we're going to mix that up real quick, and then we're simply going to, as if it were a calzone, kind of fill the bottom half of your pies. We're going to egg wash the bottom half. I'll do that before we even do that. I've taken about 3 ounces of pizza dough, rolled them out. You can use your dough sheeter or just stretch them out by hand. I'm just going to egg wash the bottom half to act as the glue. And as we fold it over, that'll kind of help keep them together. And you know, if you make a couple of dozen of these a day, or on a particular day of the week, I promise you, you will sell them out. One thing that you really want to do is make sure you taste your mixture before you put it in. Make sure you've got the flavors right, and that's just right. So you only need a few ounces of mixture in each pie. And what I'll do is I'll just show you how to fold it over. I'm going to keep that on the bottom half. You don't want it to overextend the bottom, otherwise your bread won't seal. So you're just going to take that and stretch it over a little bit and push it down. And you'll see there that you have a nice little spinach pie. You know, you can sell these anywhere from $2.50 to $3. The other thing you can do with these is you can add pepperoni or black olive to your mixture. You might want to have a different variety, or when you make your spinach pie like that, these are going to be things that you have at room temperature that people can just buy. You can offer to slice it open and add pepperoni, black olive, and cheese as an add-on, and throw it in the oven for a minute, and they're really awesome. So we're going to fold these over. We're going to let them rise a little bit to change the texture of our dough. I'm going to egg wash the top of them too, which give it a nice goldenness and a real great flavor, and then we'll bake them, and I'll give you a look at them. Well, as you can see, we've got our spinach pies laid out on parchment paper in a baking pan, and I'm just kind of putting a finishing coat of egg wash on top of it. And actually, even though egg is not sweet, it somehow brings out the natural sugar in the dough and just makes it a little bit sweeter and gives it a little bit different texture to it. So we're going to let these rise a little bit. The other thing you want to do is if you can just cut a little slit in each pie, just like you do with calzone, because we know as they bake, the steam from the spinach will heat up, and it's going to want to escape. And if it has nowhere to escape, it's going to break open that seal that you've made. So that little slit will let the heat escape and keep your seal intact. So we'll let this rise for about a half hour or so, just to let the dough develop, give it more of a bread-like texture than a crispy dough, and then we'll bake it for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it takes, until they're nice and golden. And you'll see what a great treat they look like, especially when you put them out on display. Make a couple dozen of these a week, and they will go probably before the end of lunchtime. So we'll show you what they look like in just a second. Wow, as you can see, I pulled my spinach pies out of the oven and kind of stacked them up because I had them on 2 pans. But these are what they look like. You want them light to golden brown. These, because there's no protein or dairy, it can sit out at room temperature, and that's really the temperature you want to sell them at, and they're great at room temperature. The other thing that you can do, if customers want to order as an add-on, an extra charge, once they're cool enough, if they want you to open one up and add, if you haven't already, add some pepperoni, black olive, or any of your pizza toppings. They might want to add anything to it. You just put that in probably about a minute in your oven is all it takes. And I just took one out of our oven, and you can see that's what it looks like. You're melting the cheese, fold it back over for them, and they've got a wonderful little, for me this is a snack. Some people might want that in a salad for lunch or for dinner, but these are phenomenal. You can put the pepperoni and the olives in at the beginning. You can also do broccoli and cheese, or if you want to do sausage and peppers. When you get into the meat, you don't really want that sitting out at room temperature too long. But again, you can be creative as far as the fillings. But where I grew up in Rhode Island, Spinach Pies can be found in any bakery, and I just love them. One of my favorite things. And I really hope you try these, because these are a great delight and a great little money maker. So give it a try.